And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the brand new season here for Cyber Thunder. Week 1 here at Daytona. It is going to be something special live this season on True Sim Productions. My name is Chris, and I am going to do a one and done. After tonight's race, it'll be Sam Baumgarten in the booth. But right now, we're taking a look at the 2024 race season schedule, including the rounds of 16, 8, and 4. Of course, they're going to have their championship race. Can't wait to bring it all right here on True Sim Productions. Again, I've got to thank everybody for making this one happen here tonight. Really do appreciate it. Very, very short notice, but we're going to get it done on this super speedway in the trucks. It is a 2.48 mile track. Temperature out there right now 79 degrees on the track. Air temperature 77. Clear skies, slight wind of 7 miles an hour for stage racing here tonight. We're going to have lap 25, a lap 60, and then a lap 100 to be our stage designations. We're going to have 3 green-white checkered possibles. No quick repairs, so you have to take care of your stuff here tonight for the Cyber Thunder Truck Series. Right now, drivers are in a driver's meeting. Not a lot going on in track. Pretty soon, we are going to have qualifying live here from Daytona. Again, this is a one and done here for me tonight, folks. All we are going to do is get this one done, and then Sam Baumgarten is going to take over the call here on True Sim Productions. Really do want to thank Cyber Thunder for trusting their races with us here on True Sim Productions. I think it's a match made in heaven. We're going to find out very, very quick here tonight. We've already got somebody out there kind of putting out a let's go. And I hope to see plenty of that. I do try and keep an eye, guys. I do try and keep an eye on chat. If you say something, I'm going to try and catch it. Going to try and respond as best as I can. True Sim Production fans are the best fans, and we can't thank you enough for joining us here tonight. Just winding up practice, about 14 seconds to go. Then we're going to climb into a qualifying effort and see how this season's going to start off. Should be a good one, though. We've got plenty of drivers on tap, ready to uncork these trucks and get as much speed out of them as possible. That is the end of happy hour. We're going to be heading into qualifying here in just a couple of moments. We're going to try and bring you as many trucks as we can. Again, got to thank everybody for tuning in here to True Sim Productions. I will keep an eye on chat. So if you got something to say or something to ask, I'll do my very best to try and get that out there for you. One of the first drivers out on track going to be the number 28 of Cody Heinzman. Cody recently recovering from COVID. Happy he's doing better. Got a few drivers out there on track. Quite a few, actually. We're going to try and bring you, like I said, as many as we can. Cody Heinzman in the 28. While he gets himself up to speed, we'll check in on the 89. That's Philip Van Vliet, the Lone Dutchman. Bradley Murphy going to be checking in the 07. The 15 of Darren Reese. Tom Richer in the 34 out there in the Die Hard Chevrolet. Gary Wright picking up a good bunch of speed in that Chevy. George Cushman in the 7. Stephen Burnett in the 5. Brett Wright in the number 21. The 62 of Jason Dinsmore. And Reed Wyman. Guys, I said there was a lot of drivers on track, and boy, I wasn't kidding. Ray Richer in the 44. Gary Bowman in the 8. Jackie Brannon, Brett Wright, Yeah, the list goes on, and first laps are getting ready to be completed. So we'll kick over back to the 28 of Cody Heinzman, see what his first lap looks like. Keeping it way up high on this first lap. I bet you dollars to donuts. He's going to drop it down to the yellow line, entering into turn number 1. His first lap of 51.65. Stephen Burnett a little bit quicker, as is Gary Wright. Time to bring up the tower so we can all keep track. Gary Bowman steals away the top spot so far, a 5.151. Guys, we're having to go out to the third digit to try and figure out who's going to be on the pole here tonight. That's going to be a pretty fun one. Michael Wingo up top in the 25. How about Darren Reese right now, slotted into second spot? Is he going to be fast enough to try and take away the point here tonight? Wingo on top. Reese trying to take it away, but not before Cody Heinzman can. Heinzman in the 28 blasts a 51.04. Burnett, 51.08. Reed Wyman, an 08. And Philip Van Vliet takes it, but only for a moment. Gary Bowman now in the 8 car. Truck, a 59.7. 50.97. So the 51 zone has been cracked by 2 drivers. Gary Bowman, Brett Wright. One of the only females out there tonight, I believe maybe the only female out there tonight, Amanda Sherman in her number 88. Getting it done so far. First lap, good enough for a 7th starting spot, as we have a new driver on the pole with a 50.95. 3 drivers now have been able to crack that 51 cycle. It is gone. We'll call it with 3 drivers. Mitchell running a 50.95. 59.5 is the call from Scoring and Timing. Jason Bauer in the number 69. One of the few Canadians out there. Looks like we have a handful, maybe 6. Bauer trying to get in there at a good starting spot right now, sitting in 22nd. Doug Wasaki in the 74. His qualifying effort, good enough for 19th here so far. How about Ed Yergin? Yergin right now running in the 14th spot. Court going to be 21st quickest. That's a clean looking paint job right there from Matthew Hamilton. Hamilton on his first lap runs a 51.17, looking for a little bit more speed here on lap number 2. And he is coming to the start finish line, and that's going to be it. Didn't get it in. Just like that, we are ready to start thinking about the grid. Stage racing here for 100 laps. The inaugural race of the season, brought to you tonight on True Sim Productions. Starting on the pole in the number 29, it's going to be Judd Danielson Reiser. To his outside, driving to number 55, it's going to be Greg Mitchell. Gary Bowman in the 8, going to pick up a 3rd starting spot. And to his outside, the 21 of Brett Wright. The lone Dutchman, Philip Van Vliet in the 89, going to be starting in 5th spot. And Cody Heinzman in the 28, going to be starting to his outside. Mike Stuyvesant going to be starting the 20 in 7th position. The 88 of Amanda Sherman going to be starting in 8th spot here tonight. Starting in 9th, it's going to be the 18 of Chris Harefield. And to his outside, it's going to be Jason Dinsmore, one of the Canadian drivers, driving the 62. Top 10 is his starting position. Starting in 11th tonight, it's going to be Daniel Reinbold in the number 32, and Stephen Burnett in the 5, going to pick up the 12 starting spot. Starting at 13, it's going to be Reed Wyman in the 73. To his outside, it's the 34 of Tom Richer. Ed Yergin going to be starting the 92 in the 15th spot with Michael Wingo to his outside. Michael Murphy picks up a 17th starting spot in his 43. The 69 of Jason Bauer to his outside. Starting in 19th tonight, it's going to be the 15 of Darren Reese, and to his outside, it's going to be Gary Wright. Scott Clements Baker in the 42, going to be starting in the 21st spot. And to his outside, the 07 of Bradley Murphy. Starting in 23rd tonight, it's going to be the 74 of Doug Wasaki. And to his outside, the 24th spot, the 41 of Andy Cork. Matthew Hamilton, George Cushman, Chris Rose, Ray Richer, Jackie Bannon, and James McRae top out your top 30. 31 on back. It's going to be the 76 from Rick Thompson. Dennis Nicole going to be starting in 32nd. Corey Sherman, 33rd. John Zedrich going to be starting in the 34th spot. Kevin Fetty going to be starting in the 35th position. And to his outside, it's going to be Brian Dorsey. Huge field here tonight. Fred Thompson in the 78, going to be starting 37th. Dave Gainforth in the 101, 38th. Mike Donahue, Jonathan Perea, Chris Dorsey, Spencer Johnson, and Steven Music going to be shotgun on the field here tonight. As we get ready to roll on a Tuesday night. Pace car lights are off, and we're getting ready to get this one fired up. Michael Murphy, who was slated to be on the pole, not in a spot to start this one. New pole is going to go to Judd Daniel Racer. Green flag is out for the first time here tonight. No quick repairs. Something to keep an eye out for. You over abuse your truck, you will not make it tonight. Pack racing early on as we got a couple of trucks that look like they're diving down, going to go backwards in the field. That's what they're looking to do. Maybe not trusting the front of the pack here early on in this one. Racer in the 29, going to be scored as the race leader as of right now, but Mitchell on the outside, going to try and take it away at the line. At the line for the first time here tonight, it is going to be Racer. The inside line prevails. Pack racing bumper to bumper all the way around the track. You gotta be in the draft or you will fall back. Now there's gonna probably end up being 3 or 4 different packs here tonight, as we've already seen. Well, we see 4 packs already. First pack, this group up front, and it is huge. Racer on the inside still. Mitchell on the outside. Mitchell has control. Can he hold it at the line? And yes, he does. So lap number 3, and we've got a second leader of the night. Stage number 1 going to be at lap number 20. 17 laps to go. And by then, I expect that these guys are going to be wanting to come down, get fuel, get tires, and maybe catch a little bit of a break. This is about the most nerve-wracking stuff that you can do on iRacing. Greg Mitchell still out front. Riser to the inside. Amanda Sherman doing a great job working her way up towards the front in the 88. A good happy hour for the 88, and it is proving out right now as she is pushing the outside line from 2 back. Second car outside lane, Amanda Sherman. Right now being scored in the 3rd spot, not afraid to put the bumper on. Amanda Sherman, part of TNA, and now she finds herself all alone on the outside. Oh, no, she doesn't. She went down as well. The 55 of Mitchell and Amanda Sherman down on the inside. Lots of side-by-side action here. But we're starting to see these trucks single file out. After about the first 10 or 12, they do start to single file out. Daniel Reinbold in the number 32 on the inside. The first car that's gone single file. The 73 right behind him, Reed Wyman. Wyman in the 13th spot, and that is where they are going single file. Back up front, the inside line is prevailing. Mitchell with a pretty good pusher in Amanda Sherman right behind him. In that Mountain Dew truck, a little bit of a wiggle out of the 88. Gonna have to be a little bit more careful with that truck, is coming out of the corner. It did develop just a little bit of a wiggle. It's also going to be important if you're following somebody for a long time to sneak out once in a while. Grab a little bit of that fresh air and cool that motor down. Can't tell you how many times we've seen a pop motor here at Daytona. So Mitchell right now has control. Now we have to go way, way back. I'm trying to find it. Still. Chris Dorsey, Scott, Clemens, Baker, and the group number 2 is starting to close in. Group 3 going to be led by Corey Sherman. Sherman right now has RT76, Rick Thompson, and Fred Thompson right behind him, along with the 71 of Matthew Hamilton. Jason Bauer is in that group as well. Now we've got a 3-truck group that's very, very far back, a little bit off the pace. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Looks like we have 1 truck that has retired, 1 truck that is a couple of laps down. I believe Lucky Dogs are on for this one. But Greg Mitchell still continues to lead the way. Amanda Sherman getting it done right behind him. Pushing along, being patient. Really no place to go right now, so just stick with the guy in front of you. Top 2 trucks have kind of broken away. The 62 of Jason Dinsmore starting to fall back a little bit on that outside. And the draft not quite as formed up on the outside either. Certainly less trucks out there. Inside of the top 10, there's only 3 on the outside. Make that 3. That's correct. It is awful hard to try and keep pace when you only have 3 trucks to, oh, I don't know, what is it, about 37 on the inside? It feels like it. It's not really an exaggeration. In fact, I was off by a couple. It would be 39. So, yeah. Big field. 43 trucks here tonight. Actually had to run some knockout qualifyings before we even got on here tonight. So, big time momentum for Cyber Thunder and having plenty of drivers to go. Working lap 10, it's still Mitchell up front. On board with second place runner Amanda Sherman, trying to track down Greg Mitchell and make sure she doesn't make an oops. Right now she's doing just fine. Just a little bit of wiggle there at the start finish line. Nothing too bad. Out of the back, that's Judd Danielson Ricer in the 29, gonna put a little tap on Amanda Sherman. Through turns 3 and 4 down the big straightaway again. Greg Mitchell continues to lead the way. The outside line starting to get a little bit of momentum. 3 trucks, and they are starting to get a little bit of momentum, but the inside line is kind of broken up a little bit, and that's why. Several times I've been on this track, and the outside line was the dominant line to be on, but you had to have the trucks or cars to go with you. And that outside line starting to form up really nicely now. Got a group of about 5 trucks going to catch the top 3 on the outside. That's going to make it an 8-truck challenge, and that ought to be enough to make that lane move. That outside line really is starting to catch up right now. Jason Dinsmore side by side with Amanda Sherman. Sherman gonna try and give a little push here coming out of the corner. And she is all over the back bumper of Mitchell. 29's gonna step in. Don't push the pusher though. That's a bad thing to do. Let her do her job. And you just come up and get really close. But don't push the pusher. That's a good way to get in an accident. I was going to do a biggest mover of the race, but in honesty, we have, actually it just happened. We do have one. It's going to be Steven Music up 32 positions, make it 31 as he goes down 1. But in the 12th spot, the 09, Steven Music is on a tear. Speaking of being on a tear, how about that outside lane? It has recaptured the race lead for just a moment. Now Mitchell battles back on the inside. Help from Amanda Sherman getting there, but Mitchell getting it done down on that low side. Again, I got to thank everybody for tuning in here to True Sim Productions tonight. The inaugural race here on True Sim Productions. Can't wait to bring the whole season live right here on the True Sim Productions. Sam Baumgarten going to be taking the helm after tonight's race. And Greg Mitchell put the hammer down along with Amanda. She gave a really good push, and Mitchell was about a truck length in front of Dinsmore, and Dinsmore on the outside picked it right back up. He's got the 5 of Burnett pushing. The 00 FedEx truck of Dennis Nicole just snuck down behind, who was that? The 29 Ricer. He's trying to make some moves, the 00. Up 25 since the drop of the green flag. And we knew we were going to see some separation in the packs, but pack number 2, nowhere to be found. I think you have to go all the way back. You do. Back to position number 32 to pick up pack number 2. And you see, it is not very big. Back up front we go. Mitchell still getting some help from Amanda Sherman. Stage is coming up very soon. Hey, bud. I see you out there, Governor. Just doing a little Cyber Thunder live here on True Sim Productions. We're going to be doing this every Tuesday night. Sam Baumgartner going to be taking over after tonight's race, but man, I heard Daytona. I was like, yeah, I got to do that. Just a couple more laps now before we hit our stage break. And it's got a battle, really good battle up front between Dinsmore and Mitchell. Their pushers are Amanda Sherman and Stephen Burnett. Burnett on the outside in the 5. The 88 of Amanda Sherman down low. And they are really doing everything they can to put the driver in front of them to the lead. Dinsmore falling back now to about 3rd in line outside of the 29 of Racer. And now Jason Dinsmore has got to fight back. Burnett's going to have to help him. He's got the 07 behind him. That's Bradley Murphy. Murphy's going to have to tuck in. That little bit of air right there is just enough to slow down those 2 drivers in front of him. He had about a truck length between him and the 5, and that is enough to slow him down. He's going to have to tuck right in, and you see what happens as soon as he moved in just a little bit. Jason Dinsmore to the race lead, the 5. Burnett maybe stuck to the outside. He pushed him to the front, and now he is left outside on his own. But boy, does he have a run. Stephen Burnett is going to have the race lead. Now Murphy in the 07. Going to have to stay on that back bumper. He's leaving a little bit of room there, and as soon as he does that, that lower lane starts to move. Dinsmore up front. Greg Mitchell has led the most laps here in stage number 1. And Mitchell's going to try and get his way back up there. Mitchell hard on the back bumper of the 62. Then you see a little bit of a gap, both inside and inside. Oh, we got him going around. Amanda Sherman was involved. The 27 also involved. That's Jonathan Piera, the 88 of Amanda Sherman, and Ray Richer in the 44, all involved. And we stay under green. That's a night ender for many of those drivers. But we stay under green. Trucks are coming down now, looking for service. Bradley Murphy, the first one to stay out. Murphy in the 07, led that lap. Some of the drivers involved in that early caution. Oh, the 07 going squirrely. 07, what a save by Murphy. Oh, my. Make it Harefield up front in the 18 as Murphy did everything he could to spin that truck out, and it just wouldn't go. Airfield up front in the 18, but has gone to the outside. That may be a problem. It's Dinsmore working the inside. And he takes over the race lead and has the bottom lane control. More pit stops underway. Spencer Johnson, Bradley Murphy, James McRae, Daniel Reinbolt, and Gary Wright all on pit road. As we are right in the middle of green flag pit stops. Two more laps. I was mistaken. Excuse me. Two more laps before the end of stage one. It ends on lap 25. That is why all these drivers are coming down before pit road closes. Judd Danielson Reiser. Reiser in the 29 has control of the field right now. He's got Harefield right behind him. Third distance away in the 24, it's Chris Rose. The lone Dutchman, Philip Van Vliet, sits in the 4th spot. Andy Cork in 5th. So top 5 drivers have not come down pit road. Hi, Gail. I'm only doing tonight, but it is good to be out here. Always having a good time. Hope you and Richie are doing well. The 29 looks like he's going to give up the lead. He does. That's going to give it to Chris Rose as we are still under the green flag. Still looking for stage one to be complete. It's Rose, Van Vliet, Cork, and Judd Danielson Racer. Racer in the 29. Oh, Philip Van Vliet to the race lead. What's going on with Rose? He is slowing way up. As Van Vliet now gives up the race lead. Stage one in the books. Or it will be. Rose coming down pit road. Judd Danielson. Oh, no. Reiser may be out of fuel. He is. He is out of fuel and on the apron. Judd is heading backwards down to 13th, 14th, 16th, and it's going to continue on. When it all cycles through, Greg Mitchell should be your race leader once again. He's got the 43 of Michael Murphy right in front of him. Murphy is a couple of laps down, but I don't think he cares. Mitchell's using him up. Steven Music right now being scored in the 2nd spot, up 41. 41 spots for the 09 since the drop of the green flag. He has been on a tear for this entire race. Looks like we're having a little bit of an issue. Shorts should still be looking okay. And it'll get better. So Greg Mitchell up front trying to put as many vehicles between him and Music as possible. He's going to pick up the 94. That's Kevin Fetty. Fetty could become Mitchell's best friend. Except for we got caution. Caution on the track. And it's Stuyvesant. At least right now it's Stuyvesant. As he also ran out of fuel, but nonetheless, caution on the track. And Greg Mitchell going to be your race leader. First caution of the evening. Just a little over a quarter of a way done with this one. I'll go ahead and bring up the schedule for Cyber Thunder one more time. Tonight, the inaugural race of the season. Then next week, Atlanta, then Vegas, then Auto Club. Wow. That's a heck of a way to start your schedule. $23 races plus the championship to make it 24. That is 24 weeks. Live right here on True Sim Productions. So a lot of drivers are probably going to opt to stay or maybe get a wave around, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to. The leader has been picked up by the pace car, the 94. Going to get the lucky dog. That's Kevin Fetty. Oh, we do have some drivers that are actually able to go around the 71. Going to take advantage of that too. That's Matthew Hamilton. So as it stands right now, the biggest mover goes to Spencer Johnson. Spencer drives the number 39 Bass Pro Shop truck, or Nitro. Yeah, Bass Pro. I'm going to just call it what it is. That's what's on the hood. So Amanda Sherman was caught up in one of the very first non-caution cautions. Waiting for her to come out of pit road just so we can take a peek at the damage, but she has definitely been on pit road for a little while. Kevin Fetty also on pit road. Tom Richer is coming off from pit road. And there goes the 88 right there of Amanda Sherman. Looks like no damage that I can see, so may have gotten it all fixed up, which is good. She is going to need every ounce of that truck to try and work her way back up to the front. Currently being scored in 31st position. Back up front, pace car lights are off. We're getting ready to go again. Do have a little bit of time on this 2.5 mile track as they are on the front stretch still. .70-mile-per-hour stroll around this 2.5 mile track. Looks like they're barely moving. Entering into turns 3 and 4, drivers are starting to get a little bit more prepared. Maybe trying to find a little bit of a comfortable position to be sitting in their sim. "27 laps before hitting the first caution button of the night, and we're looking to go back under green here. Will be a lap number 31. All but 2 drivers still in the race. And it looks like from 33 on back, they're at least a lap down. Pace car gonna take that hard left-hand turn here and bring it down pit road very shortly. I think it may have been waved off, or 1 lap may have been added, as we're going around again. I'll take you through your top 10 right now. Greg Mitchell going to be restarting on the pole. Bradley Murphy going to be to the outside in the 07. Gary Bowman in the 8 going to be starting inside road number 2. Outside road number 2, excuse me, is going to be Reed Wyman. Stephen Music going to be starting inside row number 3. Jason Dinsmore going to be starting outside row number 3. And some of that is changing. The 15 of Darren Reese going to be starting on the inside of row number 5, with Doug Wasaki going to be on his outside. Now it's actually road number 4. Oh, I see what's going on. Then the 15 of Reese. And the 70 of Mike Donahue. That's your top 10. Actually, Gainforth just took his position back, so Dave Gainforth is going to be in the 10th spot. Donahue back to 11th as we get ready to go back under the green flag. And it's out. And Mitchell wasting no time whatsoever as he hammers down. This could be a mistake. Gary Bowman in the 8 with a head of steam. He could go upstairs. Not going to do it. As we climb our way up to top speed, the inside line looking to form up very quickly. The 07 of Murphy stuck on the outside all by himself. This is not what Murphy wants to see from the outside, or from the rearview mirror, rather. But he is holding his own right now, back in the 4th spot, and honestly, he's moving up. How is he doing that? The 07 by himself gained a position on the outside. Here comes the 101. That's Dave Gainforth, and he's bringing the 70 along with him. That's Donahue. A couple of Canadian drivers hooking up, nose to tail out there. Gainforth in the 101. Donahue, Jason Dinsmore, all Canadian drivers. Maybe looking to try and hook up on track. Greg Mitchell in the 55 continues to lead the way with Bowman right behind, but the top line starting to move. The 07 of Murphy starting to move towards the front. Just couldn't quite get there. The 101, again, it's got to get a little bit closer to that rear bumper to really make that draft work. A couple of trucks getting really, really squirrely out there. Look out for that. $65 laps to go here at Daytona. Doesn't sound like a very big number, and then you remember it's 2.5 miles to get around this circuit. Gary Bowman on the inside, doing everything he can to keep Mitchell up front. Reed Wyman in a 73, trying to get past the 07. Maybe break that draft a little bit. A couple of drivers move down. It's the 09 of Steven Music and the 101 of Gainforth. Move downstairs. Mike Donahue gonna pick up right behind the 07 of Murphy. So Donahue in the 70 trying to get it done. And he's going to have to close in again. It's that same story. You got to kind of be bumper to bumper here. If you give up any room at all, you're going to lose speed. Right now, that inside line is just cruising. That 70 popped out again. I'm wondering if he's starting to overheat a little bit. Mike Donahue keeps popping out, going around the corners. That's going to slow that outside line down a little bit, but if he is running hot at all, it will cool it down. Maybe also looking for a little extra downforce by putting it out there. Get the wind to go across his nose a little bit. Behind Donahue, it's the 42 of Scott Clemens Baker. So CB running in the 6th spot right now in that very bright number 42. Behind him, it's the 28 of Cody Heinzman. So Heinzman right now being scored -2 since the drop of the green flag, trying to get back up towards the front. You gotta pick the right lane. Stage number 2 so far under green, it has been all Greg Mitchell, as Brad Murphy has been unable to really mount a charge. Just as I say that, he was getting a little side draft off from the 8 car of Gary Bowman. So Murphy maybe trying to think about making a move here. The 70 gets squirrely behind him. Donahue got very sideways, able to hold on to it. And here we go again. Donahue again sticks his nose out, and that's going to break any momentum that the 07 has got to try and take over the lead. I don't know if it's a comfort on the corners thing or what with the 70, but he's not able to hold it down there like the 07 is. A little bit better that time. The 07 and the 70 on the top side, the 42 with them, all trying to figure out how to get around Greg Mitchell and Gary Bowman. Bowman doing a great job here pushing along. The 07 trying to mount an attack one more time, but again, the 70 sticks it out just a little bit, about a half a lane up. That breaks the momentum. That time, though, Murphy trying to hold on to it. He does. So right now, Brad Murphy going to be in the second spot. Chevy, Toyota, Chevy as the 73 having issues. Look out for Reed Wyman. Oh, he's not the only one. The 44, Ray Richard, trying to hold on to it. Mows the lawn here at Daytona. A little bit of action. Some drivers may be starting to get a little impatient or looking down at their temp gauge, seeing it go up. How about that move from Murphy? Murphy dropped it way down on the 55, trying to pick up some side draft. Brad Murphy trying to do it on the outside. He's going to have a little bit more help. That 70 of Donahue has got to be there. Cody Heinzman having trouble. He's under the yellow line. He's going to lose a bunch of spots. Heinzman looking for a place to merge. He does. Cody Heinzman going to have to get it back up to speed and start working his way back up towards the front, back down to 15th position. The 07 of Murphy was able to take over the spot from Mitchell. So he did it on the outside. Now Donahue is the lead truck on the outside. He's got the 65 of Jackie Brannon right behind him. So Bradley Murphy takes the race lead, as a couple of other drivers were very busy holding on to their trucks. Brad Murphy continues to lead the way. The 70 starts to fade. Donahue going backwards. That top line not very well organized. Donahue right now is to the outside of the 42. That's Scott Clemens Baker. Donahue up 34, 35 positions depending on where he sits on the track. And right now having troubles as he is going backwards, that top line falling apart. Top 5 cars, nose to tail. Then it goes 2 by 2 once again. The 43 of Michael Murphy Jr. is a lap, or well, he's actually like 3 laps down, but the 43 definitely has the speed as he is pushing his way, trying to get to the front. Lap 46 being worked right now by Bradley Murphy. The outside lane being led by the 70 of Mike Donahue. Donahue now starting to roll. The 65 giving a push. That's Jackie Brannon. The 9 of Brian Dorsey is there as well. Look at the run Donahue has. A good run from the 70. Not able to get there at the line, but Heading into turns 1 and 2, he's got a shot on the outside. I believe we have a truck that is out of fuel. Maybe Fred Thompson. Maybe not, as it looks like he is coming up to speed. Murphy and Mitchell start to pull away from everybody now, as they've got about a truck gap. But here comes the 8. Oh, the 55 is going to bring it down. Green flag pit stops are underway. Mike Donahue in the 70. Being scored as the race leader right now, but on the outside, it's Brian Dorsey. Dorsey is taking it over. The 29 of Judd Racer. He's a lap down. He's trying to get it back the old-fashioned way. And boy, does he ever. Corey Sherman also being scored a lap down. He's on the outside now, trying to make hay while the sun is shining. Corey Sherman on the outside, looking to get his lap back from the 9 of Dorsey, and he's got it. Brian Dorsey is the race leader. That's the 3rd truck on the inside, the blue, number 9. Dorsey is up 35 positions, trying to hold on to it. Corey Sherman was trying to get his lap back, but he's going backwards now. The 43 gets to the back bumper. The 43 going to look and try and push him forward. That's Michael Murphy. If there was a caution right now, Corey Sherman would get his lap back. He's just a nose in front. Dorsey, my goodness, since he's... Oh, we got him, big one. Oh, we got a big one. We got one on fire. All right, let's go back and take a peek. See if we can't unjumble this mess. Oh, right there. The 18 and the 43 get together. The 15 gets involved in it. And that could have been much, much worse. When you have a crash like that at the front of the field, my goodness, that could have been really bad. Down in the 18, collects the 15. And really, like I said, that could have been way, way worse than it was. So Brian Dorsey is going to be the race leader. Corey Sherman did get his lap back. So did Tom Richer in the 34. And pit stops and pit road gonna get busy. Well, pit road didn't get as busy as I thought it was going to. "21 drivers opted to stay out. 21 drivers stayed out. And our race leader right now is going to be Kevin Fetty. Fetty in the 94. With Cody Heinzman behind him, Gary Bowman in third, Chris Rose fourth, Scott Clements Baker in fifth, Ed Jurgen in sixth, Stephen Burnett seventh, Dennis Nicole eighth, Stephen Music ninth, and Jackie Brannon round out the top 10. So working lap number 52 right now under caution number 2. And the end of stage 2 is going to be at lap number 60. Couple of those drivers that were a lap down coming down pit road now, and that is going to promote Cody Heinzman to the race lead. Heinzman has not been on pit road since lap number 34. He's going to be getting very close to a fuel problem. So Heinzman and Bowman have the top 2 spots, but I would go ahead and say that Chris Rose in third and Scott Clements Baker in fourth are going to be very instrumental in what we are about to see when we go back under the green flag. Rolling into turns 3 and 4 right now is our race leader, Heinzman. With the pace car lights off, which should be going back to green next time by. And we are. Pace car takes the hard left-hand turn. We're waiting for the Geico restart zone. There it is. And Cody Heinzman hits the accelerator pedal. We're back under green. Bowman on the outside had enough time. He could have moved down to the inside and may still be looking for it. No, he's got a head of steam. He's going to try it on the outside against Heinzman. Bowman and Heinzman, your front row. Bowman up top, Heinzman on the bottom. Then it's going to be Rose and Clemens Baker. Ed Jurgen, Stephen Burnett. That's your top 6. Here comes the double aught of Dennis Nicole. Top side maybe starting to get ready to move as they are formed up pretty nicely. The 09 though drops down low. That's Stephen Music. Music decides he's going to go for the bottom lane. TNA driver Cody Heinzman puts it out in front by Justin O's on the inside. He's got the 24 of Rose pushing on the back bumper. And I too mean pushing. I mean he is all over that back bumper. And the 92 isn't going to let him stop. He started to back off just a little bit. The 92 of Ed Jurgen said, no, get back up there. Gave him a push back to the leader. at the line. It's going to be a close one, but Heinzman, by about the length of a hood, was able to lead that one across the stripes. But Bowman on the outside, trying to get that head of steam rolling again. The 42, Clemens Baker, doing a fantastic job on the outside, keeping it going. Again, I want to just go ahead and thank everybody for tuning in to the True Sim Productions with the inaugural race of Tuesday night Cyber Thunder, the Truck Series. 100% trucks all the time on a Tuesday night. Cyber Thunder, make sure you check them out live every Tuesday night right here on True Sim Productions. And Bowman on the outside was able to get to the race lead. Can he hold on to it going through the corner? Heinzman drops the hammer, the 24, trying to stay right there. Rose is going to have to push. Got a driver dropping down below the yellow line. He's going to go back. Up front is where the action is. We are 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. I don't get a chance to do this very often on a Sunday night, but I'm going to take advantage of this big track, and we're going to go ahead and crank it up. It is the big one. It is the big one. This is going to change everything about this race. There's going to be a lot of damaged cars. Let's go see if we can figure out where this all started. It may be... Well, I don't even know where it started. Let's go out and see if we can't find it. good luck trying to catch that one. Well, may have had a better angle there. One more time. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Definitely happened towards the front of the field. Yeah, that was not a good one. And it definitely started up front. I believe the 42 may have been part of the start of that one. That's Clemens Baker. Let's go back one more time. Just see if we can't spot it out here. Oh, it was started to happen behind him. The 09. Then the 42 got into the 5. And then, well, then it all turned bad. Look at the amount of carnage. And some of the drivers were lucky they were able to drive right through. Keeping an eye on the 89 to see if he was able to. He very nearly he got involved with the 65 there, but it looks like, oh, wonderful job from the 89. Philip Van Vliet able to get through it unscathed. That was great driving. Well, we're obviously not cranking it up right now, as we're under caution. Lap number 62. Greg Mitchell is going to be our leader still. Chris Rose is going to be restarting to the outside. That's going to be Gary Bowman and Cody Heinzman making up row 2. Row 3 is going to be Spencer Johnson and Chris Dorsey. Rick Thompson and Dave Gainforth going to make up row number 4. Row 5, Chris Harefield and Andy Cork. So if you're lucky enough to have gotten past that one, you might have a shot at this one. Pace car gonna drop down. We're gonna get ready to go back under the green. And green flag is out. Inside line is going to move. We've been seeing this. The inside line takes off pretty good, and the outside line forms up. I don't think it's going to be any different right now. Cody Heinzman trying to figure out a way to get to the front. The 28 truck in for spot outside of row number 2, trying to get up front. Got a few cars he's going to have to try and pass to get there. Top side of the track is prevailing right now. It's Chris Rose. He's in the lead for just a moment, but Greg Mitchell comes back on the inside. Gary Bowman, a pushing machine in the 8. "46 more laps of this one. 2 stages in the books. Chris Rose on the top side of the track, starting to move forward. Cody Heinzman doing a good job pushing. Bottom row, no different. Greg Mitchell's got Gary Bowman right there. 2 all the way back to about the 20th position, it looks like. I think that 22, 24, somewhere in there. As the back end of the field looks about as fast as the front end of the field, and they're just trying to figure out a way to get there. Chris Rose on the top side of the track brings him up just a little bit higher. Maybe trying to find just a little bit more momentum coming off the corner. Off from turn number 4, and at the line, it is going to be Chris Rose. So Rose has led a couple here on the top side. Just can't quite seem to hold enough momentum to get to the inside to cut off Greg Mitchell. Chris Dorsey, the third car on the top side. He's waiting his time to try and be the pusher. Rose had a pretty good head of steam, but now the 55 battling back on the inside. Gary Bowman doing a great job. The inside lane is not quite as well formed up, but it doesn't seem to be bothering the front two. Dorsey, Spencer Johnson, both up 36 positions to 5th and 6th, respectively. Good run out of the 10 and the 39. Both of those trucks, third one in their respective rows. Greg Mitchell now taking the lead back over once again on the inside. Bowman hanging tough with the 55, and man, Cody Heinzman couldn't drive that truck any harder without spinning Chris Rose, and Rose back to the front because of it. Heinzman maybe looking for a way to cool down the radiator of the 28 as he popped his nose out for just a moment. That truck may be starting to get a little bit warm. Low side of the track really starting to move now. Heinzman trying to do what he can to help Chris Rose. Rose back up to the front. Heinzman with a good push. And Rose gonna maybe move down. He thought about it. He stays up with Cody Heinzman. I thought he was gonna say thank you very much for the push. See you later. But he ended up staying to the top side. And on the bottom, Mitchell again takes control. It's back and forth, Rose and Mitchell, Rose and Mitchell. Rose right now has got a nose. Make it a whole truck length. Every time Heinzman has to drop either down low a little bit or up high a little bit to try and cool off that vehicle, Chris Rose falls back. Heinzman right now giving a solid push in the Toyota. Heinzman drops down low. He's going to go with him. Rose goes with him. Heinzman still behind Rose, but now in second spot. Slower vehicle, the 74, trying to stay out of the way. That's Doug Wasaki. great job just staying up high, staying out of the way. Amanda Sherman, that's the driver on the apron. During the first stage, she was a solid pusher in second spot. Fell back trying to come down pit road, got into an accident, and hasn't been the same since. It's shaking the confidence. The battle once again is between Mitchell and Rose. Mitchell went to the top side. The 55 will not be denied a shot at the lead here, as we are 28 laps away from the done mark. If you have a move in you, when do you make it? Too soon and somebody can counter it, too late and you won't have enough time to do it. These are the things that are starting to roll through these drivers' heads. Three cautions. That's all we've had here at Daytona. Pretty respectable run. Rose and Mitchell again doing battle. Corey Sherman in the 3. That truck maybe starting to get a little upset. Saw it give a big wiggle off in the last set of corners. Good battle back for him, though. At one point he was a lap down. Now Corey Sherman sits in the 7th spot. Teammates with Cody Heinzman. Those two trying to look for each other on track, I'm sure. Chris Rose on the inside has got it by about a truck length. Cody Heinzman in second, just ahead of Greg Mitchell. Mitchell on the top side, battles back, retakes second spot, and has a run on the lead. Not going to be able to get there that time. Through 3 and 4 now. The 28 trying to push the 24. The 10 working the 55's back bumper. .25 laps to go. And Rose with a good push. Able to get back towards the front. Takes over the race lead. And has about a truck length over Greg Mitchell. Heinzman, Mitchell running side by side. Bowman and Dorsey in the 10 running side by side. Heinzman moves to the top side of the track. He wants a turn. Cody Heinzman goes up top. He's going to have Mitchell pushing. And look at the run those two trucks have got. Cody Heinzman saw something and he wanted to eject. He did. He went to the top side and took over the race lead. Top 3 are going to be Heinzman, Mitchell, and Dorsey. They're all 3 on the top side of the track. Down low, Chris Rose trying to battle back. Has got 3rd spot away from Dorsey. .55 moves down. Cody Heinzman's going to stay up high. Heinzman's going to pick up Dorsey in the 10. Greg Mitchell back to the front. 24 laps to go, and there are no friends as Rose just cut the front bumper off from Heinzman to get up top. And he went right to the front. Cody Heinzman in second. Dorsey now to third. Greg Mitchell was leading last time by and now finds himself in the fourth spot. It happens quick here at Daytona, and it's going to get quicker. 23 laps to go. Rose, Dorsey, Heinzman, Harefield, Mitchell, Sherman, your top six. Rose on the inside's got a truck length. Make it two as Heinzman could go up on his own if he wanted to. Now it's shut down. Heinzman giving a big push to Rose. Rose is forced to go. Greg Mitchell in the 55 follows the 28. Top lane starting to get a little bit disorganized. The bottom side starting to take over. Chris Dorsey on the outside getting a push from the 18 of Harefield. Need to reorganize that top side and start moving, and here they come. Harefield up to fourth now. Harefield side by side with, Dorsey side by side with Rose. Just couldn't hold on to it. Dorsey in the 10. Cody Heinzman, Greg Mitchell trying to bide their time, figure out what they're going to do with Chris Rose, who's currently leading. Heinzman has enough room to step out. The 55 does not. Will Heinzman take it to the top side? 21 laps to go. Heinzman in the 28, trying to keep enough separation so that he could go up top if he wants to. And that door may be closing as the 10 goes side by side now, looking for more. Chris Dorsey on the outside, the 18 of Harefield pushing. 2 cars versus 3 in the pack. Rose gets really sideways. Rose bringing it down. Cody Heinzman bringing it down. Pit stops underway. Green flag pit stops underway. Last stop of the night. We are with 19 laps to go. And Chris Dorsey leading the way. Greg Mitchell second. Chris Harefield third. Gary Bowman a distant fourth. Rick Thompson runs in the 5th spot. Thompson takes it way up high. Thompson's going to stay out. Greg Mitchell stays out. Harefield stays out. Dennis Nicole, Stephen Musick, Stephen Burnett, Dave Gainforth, Tom Richer, all of those 8 drivers staying out. First group to come down is back out on track, and they're trying to stay in front of the race leaders. Cody Heinzman leads the way. He's got the 3. Teammate Corey Sherman right behind him. And then the 9 of Brian Dorsey. Philip Van Vliet, another TNA driver, sitting in the 18th spot. 3 out of the 4 drivers are teammates, and they are trying to stay ahead right now of Greg Mitchell. Mitchell stays out for another one. Greg Mitchell in control of that lead pack. When are they going to come down? Is it going to be too late? This is the strategy that could win or lose a race. And Mitchell bringing that front pack down pit road. Greg Mitchell says enough's enough. Time to fill her up. 17 laps to go. Second pack is starting to form 2 by 2. Cody Heinzman continues to lead the way. Teammate Corey Sherman right behind him. Skip a truck, and then you got the 89 of Philip Van Vliet. Dorsey breaking up the 3 team trucks. On the inside, the 10 of Chris Dorsey. Heinzman right now leads them around, but being called the race leader, Dennis Nicole, Rick Thompson, Greg Mitchell. Nicole, quick pit stop time of 8.55 seconds. Rick Thompson, slightly quicker, 8.25. Greg Mitchell on his pit stall for 11.88 seconds, and the time loss shows up on track. Greg Mitchell, Dave Gainforth, Stephen Musick. And the second group is catching the first group, and they're making the weave. Oh my, this is gonna get good. 3 drivers versus a pack. Heinzman leads the second pack, trying to catch the front 3 trucks. Heinzman leads them to the outside. Nicole stays down low, and so do the other 2. It's 4 trucks versus 3 right now. And then there's a separation. Cody Heinzman right now being scored as the race leader with his teammate right behind him. Nicole battles back on the inside. Heinzman battles back on the outside. They switch back and forth. Heinzman, Sherman, Van Vliet on the top side. Nicole, Rick Thompson, Greg Mitchell on the inside. They are side by side, crossing the line. Heading into turns 1 and 2, and Heinzman moves down. Cody Heinzman moves down in front of Nicole. He leaves his teammate up top with Philip Van Vliet, a second teammate. And TNA is going to control this race from the front. Corey Sherman moves up the track. He's got the 89 of Philip Van Vliet right behind him. The lone Dutchman pushing on the 3. The 00 pushing on Cody Heinzman. 12 laps to go this time by. Heinzman, Sherman, Nicole, Van Vliet, Rick Thompson, Gary Bowman, your top 6. Greg Mitchell has got to have a little bit of a pit in his stomach, knowing that a bad pit stop put him back. And he is trapped in there. Fourth car, inside row, is Greg Mitchell. Corey Sherman, Cody Heinzman, Philip Van Vliet being scored as your top three right now. Here comes Nicole to try and break up the party. He does. RT76, Rick Thompson in the 76. Third car, inside line, trying to also break that party up. Traffic ahead. These guys are going to have to look out. One of those trucks is going to be the 24. Chris Rose. Rose goes from leading it just about 10 laps ago to now being a lap down. That's how fast things can change here at Daytona. He had nobody to race with. He has no momentum, no drafting partners. It just whooped him as he is now a lap down. Ten laps to go. At some point, friends are no longer friends. Teammates are no longer teammates. When is it going to happen? TNA in control of this one from the front pack. Sherman on the outside, getting a push with Philip Van Vliet, battling with their teammate Cody Heinzman on the inside, and the double aught of Dennis Nicole. And the 28 on the inside has a pretty good run. He gets himself right back to the front. The 3 maybe could have moved down, but I don't know if he's planning on doing that or not. 8 laps, 8 to go here for Team TNA. Right now being scored 1, 2, 3. Nicole breaks that party up as Dennis makes his way to third. '71 lap down vehicle. He's going to move out of the way. That's Hamilton. Normally the outside, you can carry a lot of momentum, but on the super speedway, both inside and outside of the track, you can carry that same momentum. It's foot down all the way, don't lift. Corey Sherman up front in front of Cody Heinzman right now. And they may be starting to figure it out. If they want a 1, 2, 3 finish, it's going to have to be Corey Sherman to win this one. Team TNA. Great performance. I think back to the wreck that the 89 could have been involved in and was able to drive through it. Now finds himself up in the third spot. 6 laps to go. A little less than 15 miles left. Is somebody going to get the bumper? Will team strategy play out? Is it still too early to make a move? Coming to the stripe one more time. Heinzman at the line, had it. Corey Sherman second, Nicole third, and Philip Van Vliet fourth. Slower trucks coming up again before the race leaders to try and negotiate around. So far, the lap down trucks have been doing a great job staying out of the way with 5 laps to go. Cody Heinzman leading the inside lane. Corey Sherman leads the outside lane. Dennis Nicole, second row 2. Philip Van Vliet, second row 2 on the outside. Trying not to have to use those green-white checkers. We do have 3 available here tonight. But the way this is shaping up, boy, it would be an absolute shame to have to even use one. Coming to the line one more time, Corey Sherman by a nose has it. 7.5 miles to go. 3 laps for our race leader. Right now, that's Cody Heinzman. Heinzman powers through on the inside. Top group really putting on a heck of a show, running side by side all the way back, staying off from each other pretty well. Popsicle sticks fly in the air. 5 miles to go. 2 laps to go here from Daytona. It is getting to be go time with 2 laps to go. Dennis Nicole looking to try and break up the teammates. He's pushing for everything he's got. Cody Heinzman gets ahead of steam. Now the 3 of Corey Sherman bounces back, courtesy of the front bumper of Philip Van Vliet. This one is gonna be tight. This time by, it's gonna be the white flag in the air one more time around this huge 2.5 mile circuit. Heinzman getting a push from the 00. Dennis Nicole may not be done with this one. He's trying to find a way around the 28. The 89 gives a big push to Corey Sherman. The outside lane has got it. Coming out of turn 4, oh, Sherman gets together with his teammate. Dennis Nicole is gonna win. Rick Thompson second as all hell breaks loose on the front stretch. Philip Van Vliet third. Corey Sherman, Cody Heinzman get together, destroy each other. They're going to end up finishing in 15th and 16th, but the story right now, the 00. Dennis Nicole wins this one. $250 miles. And our race winner the FedEx Toyota. And I think his engine may have expired. And I do have a slight issue. I'm not able to pull the drivers like I thought I was going to be able to. So I'm going to ask you to stand by for just a moment. We'll try and get that fixed. Oh, the 00 is okay. It's moving. We're going to throw some music on. We'll be right back with our top 3 in just a moment. I'm going to be coming back live with our top 3. What an absolute barn burner, finishing in 3rd. It's absolutely amazing because, anyways, I've got 3 drivers. I'm not entirely sure what happened because my scoring and timing is not reflective of the drivers that I have in here. So I'm assuming, Gary, that you finished in 3rd spot here tonight.
Yeah, that's what it's showing me. But
All
yeah,
right.
it was a melee there at the end.
Oh my goodness! I'll tell you, there was a couple of really big ones, right at the very end, then a little bit earlier on. But hey, that 8 machine was looking pretty good here tonight. Why don't you kind of take me through it a little bit? How was it handling, and what was the key to getting through that last wreck?
Yeah, it was handling really good. Yeah, the Toyota Tundra was hauling it tonight. Yeah, I just kind of kept my nose clean. I tried to stay up front the whole race, which usually is tough for me to do. I usually fall back, but I was able to stay up there and kind of stay out of trouble. And yeah, that last lap, I was trying to go inside, and then I saw an opening on the outside, the truck in front of me, so I went for it, and he actually let me out there without getting me up into the wall, but then I guess somebody got hooked in the middle and everything went crazy. But you expect that.
Yeah, you kind of have to, 2.5 miles ago, opening race of the season. Yeah, you have to expect it, Gary. But hey, man, who do you have to thank on that 8 car?
I got to thank my teammates, Lounge Racing. Ed was out here tonight with me, and yeah, he was helping me with strategy all night, and we were working together. And of course, my lovely wife for and letting me do this, and my grandkids and kids, and everybody else that might be watching. And you for broadcasting. Appreciate it.
It was my pleasure, man. Thank you, and congratulations once again on a 3rd place finish for Gary Bowman, driver of the number 8. And that's going to bring us to our 2nd spot finisher. It's RT76, driver of the number 76. He was on the inside, had a pretty good show of what was going on in front of him. Rick, why don't you take me through it?
Yeah, Chris, I literally was kind of just riding in the first half of the race, and when it was time to go, managed to work my way up there and was pushing Dennis on the bottom. Noticed that those TNA guys, they were trying to control both lanes up in front, which, good on them for getting up there and doing it. But I figured the only way we were going to bust the teammates up was to try to shove somebody up in front of them, and they just happened to get into each other, and I'm just lucky enough I didn't get caught up in it and finish second. So I'm happy with the finish, honestly.
Yeah, not a bad way to start the season at all, RT. Are you going to be doing the full season with these guys?
Yeah, I think so. I really enjoyed all the races so far to get ready for the season. Seems like the league is really run well, and anybody out there looking for a great truck league, look us up because it seems to be a really good place.
Yeah, Tuesday night, it's going to be a lot of fun here with Cyber Thunder. And thank you, Rick. Rick Thompson, driver of the number 76, bringing it home second spot here tonight. And, of course, that means we have only one driver to go to. And I'll tell you what, coming to the flag, he was running in third, sometimes fourth, sometimes back to third. The 00 on the inside ends up getting it done. Dennis, Nicole, take me through that last couple of laps, man, because you had to be gripping that wheel tight.
Yeah, for sure. So it actually came back to that final pit stop of the night. I pitted like 12th, and I was just like, man, I'm not going to get up there. But I ended up coming out the lead, and just, I don't know, I just held it up there, and that was just crazy. I was expecting to finish third, fourth, fifth. I was not expecting for that kind of finish there. So it's definitely exciting.
Now, there's ways to finish the race, fun, and then there's ways to finish the race so you always will remember it. And I'm watching the truck go up in the air right now as you were just past the line. What a finish you had. My goodness.
Yeah, I didn't think I won it there. But it was a good run for the night. And I'd like to thank my teammates. I worked with them all night, and just tried to survive and had to be there at the end and try and win it, right? So
yeah, that's absolutely it. I mean, Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. Well, tonight, bud, you were definitely first, and with style points even.
I appreciate that.
All right, Dennis, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it live here on True Sim Productions. I hope you enjoyed it. This is race number 1 of the season, Cyber Thunder, coming to you live here on Tuesday nights, right here on True Sim Productions. Can't wait to bring you more action next week. It'll be Sam Baumgarten in the booth, and from there on, unless he's not able to, and I will fill in for him, but it was an absolute pleasure getting the season kicked off for the Cyber Thunder group here tonight, and I can't wait to see these guys as the season progresses. Until next time, we will catch you later.